Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's Dyan and Matt, and welcome back to Ok Aussie.
Cheers.
Morning edition.
To coffee.
Well, coffee's always a good start to everybody's day. I'm having hot chocolate. I can't even say that.
You can't say that.
I like my hot chocolate on the dark side, apparently. Anyway, cheers.
Cheers. But we had. I feel like I'm hungover, but I'm not.
Was that a social hangover,
it's a
maybe?
Social hangover. That's correct.
Autistics do get that, you know. So I'm not
well,
surprised.
it's happening
We both
now.
do. Yeah.
It's
Too much
in the here and
socialisation, too peoply at times.
now. No, I enjoyed it. Like that's what I say when I don't enjoy situations with people. It's
too peoply out there. Don't want to go into that environment. Yep.
No, this situation was well worth the hangover because last night we had Friday night catch up without
community
drinks because we don't do that, but with the community here and particularly all of the staff as well as us participants had a big catch up.
So when you say participants, you mean those people with disabilities? Because there's a couple of you there.
Yeah, you guys that aren't from Australia and don't know the NDIS names.
That's the National Disability
I'm
Insurance
just a
Scheme.
participant apparently, but no.
Are you participating? Well,
to the real people that care, which I'm under very much a team of people that really genuinely
they rock,
care.
don't they? Yes, your provider.
And I can't say enough good stuff about them, to be honest. There's no words for such kindness, but
and professionality, yeah.
You know, we had a really lovely evening, and but participants is what the NDS call us, but they just call us by our names because they're nice.
Well, I think being by name is a nice thing, absolutely.
Yeah,
being seen is important.
As a person first, right?
Person first language, yes, rather than a number.
There was a lot of discussions on goals and things, which love it. And so I've got a lot of hard work to do on my art.
She does. Right? I've been cracking the whip already.
It's going to be so miserable for me to do. I mean.
Oh jeez. What?
I'm just going to stop. I'm going to enjoy it. The hardest battle is my physical stuff, absolutely. But
particularly at the moment, if I may say, because look, Dyan's condition, if you're not aware to, and look, and welcome to the channel if you're new, Dyan does have a chromosomal disorder, 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. With that, she has a few different battles each and every day with different conditions. Look, 22q affects over 185 different clinical symptoms in the body, and at the moment, her autoimmune system is shot. Neutropenia is very, very
I had a blood test yesterday.
Low, unfortunately. Her white blood cells, red blood cells, hemocrits, everything is not in a good place. And you've also got now a very active infection, which is very resistant and very hard. Well, we spent 3 years trying to get rid of it last time.
And it's back.
And it's back. So no wonder you're so tired.
And I'm on prevention medication.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of prophylactic activities.
So basically, with 22q, our immune systems don't work. They don't fight infections like normal people. And this infection that I have is even difficult for normal people. So unfortunately, and then combine that with a lot of medical neglect, you've got to poke a lot of people to get some assistance on it, if that makes sense.
I was communicating to the hospital late last night because of this and seeing what we can get, because we do need to get
I'm in a bit of
pain.
I'm in a bit of pain, and it's been building, and now it makes sense when the blood results came back.
Yeah, it does make sense, and all the devices and all the equipment that we had was
we actually knew it was coming, and we did tell the GP, but
Christmas time.
I'm just going to say this. I do understand that people that are professionals are just people. I get that. But we're getting worse in Australia. Tell me if it's in your country too. We never used to be like this. We used to work until a certain day, right? And then it was like, off you go. But these days, people are just switching off while they're at work.
The whole Christmas period seems to try and stretch out a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, no, like, you're not listening, or you're not hearing me, or you're so distracted, and it's really hard because I think that businesses need to shut shop if they're going to be that
You're right
switched
in
off.
that regard. But look, even the pathology results, and I only received them yesterday. Look, you had a phlebotomist out yesterday to take your blood for one set of results. We got those back straight away. But we then got the results back from the end of last year on the 20th of December. And this was the key one because they took a while to...
End of last year?
It was 20th of December that we did the ones that I needed to know about your infection.
Why was it late?
Christmas period.
Wow.
Receiving the
I
information,
wouldn't
people
have
doing
thought
reports, saying, I know, right?
that they would leave it long.
Which
just
is
because
really
it's Christmas,
frustrating.
because it's like that came on the 3rd of January, the 20th. There's 31 days.
Yeah,
So
11
that's
days
11
plus
plus
3,
3, that's
14,
4, that's 2 weeks.
And I've studied you
Leaving
on.
someone with a hospital grade infection
I know, right?
for 2 weeks.
Now, lucky, I've got a whole range of antibiotics here. I've started you immediately on
Yeah.
the most appropriate antibiotic for it.
Ladies!
Our birds, our budgie guards are going off in
They
the
want to
background.
say hi to you.
Yeah, they've already said hi.
But basically, that's disgusting, actually.
It is, and that's the problem because
Come
it
on,
does
Medicare.
add
That's
to
not
why
okay.
you've been feeling more pain,
Yeah,
why
you
you're more
should have
tired,
said that
fatigued.
urgently.
Anyway.
But then again, it's probably
Broken
too,
system.
because my doctor is not even in Perth. He's not overseas this time because, well, anyway, in the waiting room it's made very obvious that he was going down south.
Yes.
Actually around to my stomping ground. But
Yeah.
basically he's not available, so I have to wait till next week. So he wouldn't have received it
No.
because the practice isn't running with a medical practitioner there.
Correct, but even with the weekend coming
And
up
so
now.
I wouldn't have been able to, we're lucky we've got the antibiotics here, because if we didn't,
Yep.
we would have been desperate to get into that
Well,
appointment.
even waiting another 3 days as we go
It's
through
right.
Friday, Sunday, and Monday for him to come back on board because it's only Monday to Friday.
It's just so
Dates,
hard,
delays
guys.
aren't good.
And this is 22Q, and this is why I keep saying, and I know that some of you might think this is some of the small stuff, and this is, but when you've got many burning fires in your body,
Spotless, yeah.
you get very frustrated because there's things going off everywhere.
That's right. That's why I've reached out
And
to
so
the
basi-
clinical immunologist at the hospital
Yeah,
to get
so-
involved now.
So basically, this is why I need a 22Q specialist. Because if I had one, they'd go, oh, yeah, expected, blah, 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 blah. They know how to resolve it as well very quickly. And they'd be expecting me to have a battle with even probably easier infections even.
Yep.
So unfortunately, but I don't have that. I'm hoping one day I'll get that. So that's why I say what I say, because it actually means for me more suffering, more delays to get access to treatment. Then they don't really know how to treat it because they're thinking of a normal person that fights infections and not thinking of a person that's extremely neutropenic.
Yeah, and a multidisciplinary approach, which is actually necessary
Yeah.
for the severity. Look, that's the medical side of things. Just
And
give you a
really
quick
I
update
need
on
IV
that.
antibiotics.
IV, IG.
But the hospital makes excuses that they can't afford to have us, do that. So it is a very difficult state.
To access the care you need. Yeah.
Australia is shocking at the moment for medical care, so don't
for
be
complex
fooled.
medical care.
For patients who are medically complex in Perth, Western Australia. I don't know about you guys in other states, but it's just shocking here to get access to care, even if you don't have a syndrome. They keep saying they don't have the money to put you in hospital and do this and this, and it's like, oh, hasn't it changed since we were kids?
Exactly. Now, yesterday afternoon you did some art. This is the second time that you've been into the studio. There's a separate video on that. And if you're into art, resin pour art and things like that,
I did
acrylic
record
art,
it.
go back and have a look at that. There's going to be a lot more because we've got her studio set up for her to do a lot more art. I levelled the table yesterday, which is really important when you're doing resin.
It's level now.
You don't want to be on a weird angle.
We should have thought about that before, shouldn't we?
Teething problems of setting up a new
But
studio.
you know what?
Thank you very much.
We need to pop to Bunnings.
Oh, that's a good excuse.
Because
Not IKEA this time, it's Bunnings.
No, I want a prettier spirit level. Because now I'm a professional artist again.
Right, so now you're playing with my tools.
I'm going to be part of an exhibition.
Yes.
Or exhibitions.
Exhibitions, plural. The team are trying to get Dyan involved in 3 separate art exhibitions this year
I've
already.
got 20 pieces I've got to make apparently.
Oh, you got work to do,
Wasn't
girl.
it 20?
Oh, you got work to do.
No, but it was 20, correct?
A minimum of 5 major pieces is what you're focusing on. But you're actually
5
going to be
major?
you're going to be
Like a
showcasing.
geode?
Yeah, you're going to be showcasing
I better order some
your
new resin.
acrylic
How am I going to order some new resin?
painting, your resin art.
Okay, we need to order more resin.
We have some spare ready to go already.
No, but
I know
geodes take
they
a
do.
while.
We'll be ordering
But
some more.
yeah, what colour should I do it in? Oh gosh.
Anyway, all these problems
Guys,
and more.
I've got lots of work to do.
In between all of that, you're going to be getting
What?
involved in some animal engagements as well in the near future.
Guess what?
What?
Apparently I'm going to be helping
Hmm.
some beautiful support dogs. What are they, Labradors?
Labs. I love labs.
One's 6 years old and one's 1 year old.
Hmm.
and they're in training, and I'm going to be helping them to be trained.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to it because
that's therapy assist dog. That's pretty cool, actually. You just love animals, though, too, don't you?
I want to hug them already, and I haven't even met them yet. So
we have had Labradors, and we've had
so
particularly golden retrievers. We've loved our dogs along the way.
yes.
When we've had bigger houses, bigger properties,
retriever.
natural for us to be able to have animals. As we've had
used to have to run around the pool, though.
downsize and downgrade into apartment living, particularly disability living, it's been actually incredibly difficult. So we've had to go towards things such as the birds, such as the goldfish, such as just Willow the Ragdoll Cat. We would love to have animals all around us all the time. We're so animally centric.
Wow.
So this is your coaster holder.
All right, now I think it's still curing.
Of course it will be. Now this is using the Indian inks.
Base.
This base is to actually sit obviously on the counter, and it's going to hold a bit like a toaster, isn't it? 4-slot toaster. Well, with slots, they're going to hold each of the 4 different coasters.
Correct.
And they're all the same thematic design using the Indian inks, okay, or alcohol inks as they're also called. You can see the beautiful colours in that design, the transparency. So these are using an acrylic mould, which actually forms the basis of it. And one of your portfolios now.
Do I need to redo this one?
No, I actually think it one turned out quite nice.
All right,
let me just grab a couple of these so they can actually see the base.
This one's actually quite
Each one of these have got their own different bottom or base. You can see the same top, they're the same thickness. They are obviously coasters as a set, but they have, again, that same theme of a disrupted alcohol or Indian ink in clear resin as the basis.
Pink, so for you guys that have already watched the for you guys who, hang on.
As you can see, the coaster stand.
That is how it stands.
In operation.
Yeah, so you can put it on your coffee table.
Well done, you.
You can put it on a table that you can then bring out for when you do have people around, or you can leave it on your dining table.
It's a lovely set.
But basically, for those of you that watched the video, did you notice the pink? Do you see how it was quite...
Yeah.
So this is, you know, all these things are teething problems that when you first use like a certain insert or a certain mold, there's sometimes you'll get the first time you use those things, a big mistake. But then you learn from that and you never do that again.
You learn to correct for that specific type of implement or
so
medium.
that pink, I know that pink...
It was very pale, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very pale, and I knew that it would turn out this balloon.
Look, it actually pops. I'll show you again.
It's beautiful,
You could hardly see the pink in the actual design work, but now look how beautiful the actual pink design.
Video of how
it
pale
just
it was
pops.
when we made it.
Lovely coasters.
When I made it.
Top is totally flat and smooth.
Yeah,
whereas
so
the bottom
it's just the underneath
has the pattern.
that has a pattern.
And there are 4 different patterns in that design.
Front.
Is it now?
Why is this one thinner?
She's fully thick, man. I don't know. They're each
And that
different.
one's, they're all so different. But anyway, that's the goal of it, is they're all unique patterns underneath.
What a lovely set, though. It's nice.
But it's a beautiful set, right? I mean,
it's a functional design.
This is going in the exhibition because
and a lot of your art is actually functional
turned out, in
for
my
day-to-day
eyes,
use.
good enough. If a piece is not good enough, I would not put it in. So I will only be putting pieces in that. Well, actually, it was mentioned to me. Stop it.
I'm just showing some of the other functional arts because not everybody gets to see your beautiful resin art. Dyan makes a whole range of things, but a lot of these things are used in this case. So these are all holding different types of medications, whether it's from eye drops to the Danzatron or her beautiful jewellery.
My necklace in there, that other one. So I put jewellery in that little one. But basically, it was told to me, which smart person, this person, because when I make something that turns out perfect to me, you know, because every artist has expectations on ourselves, and when it turns out perfect, I'm like, well, I'm not selling that one, or I'm not giving away that one. And I want to, because I want others to also have the beautiful thing that I can make, but it's really difficult.
Very difficult.
So anyway, that'll be the challenge.
Letting go.
I think it's easier this time though.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing a lot, and my house is like complete.
I think you
There's
hit threshold.
nothing that can fit in this house anymore.
That's
you
what I
guys
say.
know that. So this
I think
is
Dyan's hit
definitely
threshold
in the
where basically
exhibition.
there is no more
So
room.
for example, this because it turned out so beautifully and exactly how I planned it.
Yeah.
I'd want to keep it. Like, I could find a spot.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
But I'm not going to. So
Good
I'm
girl,
going
you're
to...
doing really well.
You're welcome.
Of letting go.
You're welcome.
For now.
I'm breathing shallow, but it's okay.
We have to laugh about this, but it's really quite funny. There are many instances in the past
where laughing at me. Look, I thought it was hilarious.
We had a person one day who turned up to our house, and this was because of like Facebook Marketplace or one of those things, just to pick up a piece of furniture. Probably before one of the times that we're moving. We've moved so many times.
We were moving.
That's pretty much guaranteed. So we were having to get rid of something just to be able to move home. And as you would have seen on the channel, we've moved probably 8 times in the last 3
so
or 4
I was
years.
already losing a lot.
So you're losing something around that, but a person turned up, and this lovely lady, she fell in love with the home decoration of what Dyan had done. But she was drawn in by quite a lot of her very specific artwork, from the geodes to the cheese platter, particularly. The charcuterie board, we'll call it. And it's totally unique. You can never find these things in any store. And she said, oh my goodness, that's fantastic. Where did you get that? And she said, well, I made that. Oh, do you sell art? Yes. And I said, oh, yes, she does. That's what she's doing. She's an artist.
Yes. No.
Oh, how much?
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I don't want to know.
And I was like standing there, and luckily those
so
guys
the flapping
are talking.
Straight away.
And they're talking, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill him. When she leaves, he's dead.
I'm still alive.
I'm gonna have words with this dude. How dare he? Like and you know what? It was a little bit more than. I mean, it was mainly because it was one of my masterpieces, yes.
They're all
absolutely. However, I made that for our first time being in the first house we were in without children. And it was like a significant moment of change. I'm not saying it's a happy change, guys, but it's a necessary change. It's what happens to all of us parents, and it's very heartbreaking, actually, when you are a parent that absolutely would do anything for your children, and you love your children, and you want to guide them till your death. Basically, it was hard.
You had to take significant emotions
it was 2 years of grief and different emotions. So anyway, but I'm setting up the house going, it's for a couple now. It's just for a couple. We don't need all of these things. So I was reducing everything.
Trying hard to reduce.
Now we're not a family. Very hard after 26 years.
She does find it very hard to
being a family before that. It was very hard because I spent most of my life, adult life, making our house for a family.
Making your house a home.
So then I had to do the reverse, and then he got rid of that, and I was like, oh.
I didn't get rid of it. We had made decisions beforehand about selling artwork.
Especially for, this would be lovely to have supper with. We can put everything on there, and in the meantime, it can be on the credenza.
The excuses will keep coming thick and fast.
Anyway,
but you got money for that, as you've sold many other pieces.
And she was a lovely lady, and I hope it brings her joy.
It'll bring her joy, exactly. And if you've sold some of your other geodes and paintings along the way,
more.
Exactly, and you can always
cheese
make more.
Cheese platters are very popular with the charcuterie.
The charcuterie.
Yes, so I'm going to make a lot of them. So what we need to actually buy, sir, is handles.
Handles. Well, we're going to Bunnings apparently, so we need to buy some handles.
Oh, we are too.
From Bunnings, perhaps, whilst we're there.
We might have to buy some handles.
On the to-do list they go, indeed, don't they?
Yeah, I think we will.
Okay.
How many?
Probably
2 cheese boards.
You can get 2 or 3 sets of those. It's not going to hurt, because cheese platters, cheese boards, or charcuterie boards are very, very popular.
Guys?
I'll show you one of the designs right now, just to give you an idea.
That's a small one, though. So that's a mini that he's about to show you, but I am proud of that one.
You should be.
I do different sizes. I do have to check my molds, actually, because molds don't last forever.
Just to give you an idea, this is a sort of unique and beautiful designs that Dyan has actually done. You can see the edge work, you can see the transparency, you can see the whole range of mixed media as you come into this, the beautiful use of the handles, and what a lovely presentation piece. She is an incredible, stunning artist. No, you really are. And it is hard to give up such beautiful artwork. I honestly do get it. But I think, give her a big thumbs up, because really, encourage Dyan. She's amazing.
I'm going to make medium. What I'll probably do for this exhibition is make one large one. You know, when you're having a big gathering and some people want a large one, and I'll make like more of a medium one, which is a normal size cheese platter board. so that for people that, you know, because some people just want like a normal size and some people want a large size, because sometimes it might be for a party.
Absolutely.
And others might use it just for supper.
She's got
like a security.
She's got an
security
issue about
board
supper, apparently.
for, like, you know, 2 people.
Are you just trying to
4
encourage me to
people.
eat at night, or are you just trying to ease the pain on you eating
No,
at night?
it's just
I wonder.
a ritual thing that I've always enjoyed.
Well, you can enjoy it as much as you want.
it
Along with your chocolate,
would
with your
be
ice cream with chocolate hardened topping that you had for supper last night.
Yeah, I had
I
supper
gave her the
last
wrong one
night.
though. You know the Ice
And I
Magic
picked it up very
chocolate,
quickly.
and you squeeze it on
Why
and it
did
goes.
you do
I'm
that?
explaining. It's Ice Magic chocolate. You squeeze it on and it goes hard with
I
the
just
ice cream. Well, you do. You're talking. Do you ever stop? And this particular one had mint in
It's
it.
mint. I could tell pretty
Oops.
quickly.
That was one that's apparently meant to be for me, wasn't it? Mint
Yes, it's
chocolate.
yours.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I bought it at the shop by mistake, didn't I?
Yes.
It looks
was an
exactly
accident.
the same as the normal
They
chocolate
do
one.
that,
I
yeah.
know.
They look the same.
So I had to have the ice cream, and you had another one with your proper chocolate
That's right, you did too.
You forgot that as well. Indeed. Now today we're not obviously going swimming today because it's not that warm.
Oh, really?
Well, also because of the infection.
22 degrees.
It's a cold day, but also because of infection control with chlorine and everything else. We're just going to settle that down for a day or two. So we're going to try and get on top of that for it. But we apparently are going to Bunnings if you feel up to it.
Yeah, I need to go to
enjoy it.
Bunnings and I need to do some art.
We got
No, I
home.
do.
We
I
got
need to
home
do
last
some
night,
art.
and you know what the first thing is? As we just even
We're
getting
doing
into
art.
the door, we're doing art. It's like, honey, you're exhausted already, and you're.
Oh, I
She
don't
was
care.
focused. She was into it.
I have this superpower called autism.
It is.
And when I get
Mixed with
hyper-focused
ADHD,
and
yeah.
excited about my special interests, which art is one of them.
Oh
duh,
yes, definitely.
I just want to get to it.
Yep. All night long.
Do you think any of them would like some nice galaxies?
Yes, that's going to be part of your
Great.
exhibition as well. You're going to actually
Right,
showcase some of your beautiful artwork
Today
and
I'm going
painting.
to start a galaxy.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is, my galaxies, I have to paint the canvas black.
Correct.
Um,
Again, people for context need to see what we're talking about.
But then again, do I do what is that special white base?
In case you haven't seen, again, Dyan does a lot of different types of artwork. This is an acrylic pour painting. You can see the cells, and it's got
That was
a
actually done with
resin over the top, or this is a resin
That was a
combination.
resin piece.
But you can see the capture of the colours. In particular, this was capturing beautiful
It's
sparkles.
like a nebula.
A nebula, or a scene from space, which is what Dyan really likes
So
as well.
basically, I have to do, what is that white thick one that you put to seal the canvas? I've got it, luckily, which is great, and it's in the tub
Gesso.
one. Gesso. So I'm going to do a gesso actually.
Did you guess?
Now, how long will a gesso take to
A day.
dry? A day. And then what I'll do is paint it black,
Mm-hmm.
unless I mix with the gesso some black.
No, you actually better do
Okay,
it separately.
so I'm going to
And
do
that'll actually
gesso.
cover the pits, won't it?
Yeah, guys, just be
Levels.
mindful if you're going to start art, because I know many other artists probably already know this, but if you use it like me, in the sense that anything that you put on there is like a lot of paint compared to painting with a paintbrush, it's very different. So what you need to do when you're using it for things like that is you need gesso, which is a thick paint, because for some reason
It's like a primer.
they've changed
a base
it, and there's
undercoat.
this oily spots all over the canvas.
Yeah.
So whatever the canvas is made of is
It's a bit waxy, isn't
got
it?
like a waxy, oily,
Yeah.
something's
And
there.
that causes some paints
So
to
you
slide
gotta,
off, doesn't
yeah.
it?
So if you paint gesso, you should be safe after that to pour whatever on. The same with pour painting, acrylic pour painting that I also do. That you need to be mindful of, because
Preparation
that
is
also,
most of the work, really, isn't
yeah,
it?
that can ruin your piece. And when you work so hard to get the design, and say you get that design, and then all of a sudden certain pockets show up as like, you know, flowing off, and what it ends up is just these holes,
Yeah.
you know. So this time I'm going to do it properly.
Well, that actually adds to the
So there's going to
space
be extra
space
steps.
effect, 'cause it actually looks like the meteorite hits or something like that. Those little dimples.
Yeah, it does.
Just
It
adds
does.
to the illusion.
That's the good part about the fact that I do a lot of space paintings with my with my resin on canvas. Is lucky because it does look like pits.
It does. Indeed.
It just adds
So
to the
we've got
whole space.
art, and Bunnings to do today.
And I've got to
whilst
go.
also resting.
Also, I've got to go through my other art.
Mm.
And no, I actually am ready to let go of a couple of pieces that I have not in the past.
I am proud
been
of
ready
you.
to. However, I hope they're in good condition from all the moves.
Yes.
That's
Look,
the
moving house is really hard when you are storing precious things, and particularly oversized things such as canvases. It's very difficult to store and transport.
Yeah, we'll
and
look at
maintain.
that.
So
And
we'll
I
have a
was
look at those.
thinking one of them that's just so beautiful that I'm willing to let go of. As much as it's hard, I have to learn to do it, and I'm going to do it.
Okay.
But what I want to do is give
Well
it
done,
a
you.
nice gloss with resin.
Okay.
So that
nice
whoever
finish.
receives it, it's got a beautiful finish.
Yeah.
It won't be damaged easily,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll just
It's a good
look like it's a
protective
glass
And it's a nice
cover
glass
kind of
finish.
thing, just like that does.
Yeah.
So I'll probably do that.
Very good idea as well. Okay,
So
we'll go
yes,
through some of those today. I know
I'm
where that
very-
box. I know where that box is, which is really good considering how many boxes that we have in our storeroom.
Well, at least we're getting rid of
Yeah.
some stuff. My artwork.
Well,
That should create some space.
to do more, or get more,
I've got the ocean one in there too, don't I?
you do as well. Yeah.
Do you think that?
I'm
perhaps-
hoping the process, and the reason why we are wanting to go down the path of not only doing exhibitions but selling it becomes a cycle
I
where
might
it
end up
starts
with
to
more than 20
self-fund
pieces.
the materials, the equipment
Yes.
for Dyan to be able to do more.
Oh,
So
that'll be cool.
that's
Imagine
really
the
the
amount of
process for that.
geodes I could make. I would
Imagine.
love to make 5 and just go, who wants what colour?
yeah,
Anyone?
anyone?
Because I've got 5.
Absolutely, that would be really cool.
Because it takes a lot of
Again,
resin.
people might not know what your geodes look like, so
Yeah, he'll go get one. But basically, yeah, I might end up, the thing is 20 pieces, but I'm thinking I might actually end up with more. So we'll see. But that doesn't matter because people can choose what they want, and
Okay.
the more the better.
this, just as an example, is one. Oh, hello, you're through the hole. There she is.
Hi.
Hi. That'll be a good little thumbnail. Who's that? Who's there through the hole? So this is one of Dyan's geodes. So it actually looks like a slice of natural agate, a rock or a gemstone that's been cut into a shiver. But she actually makes this original sort of design. And of course, you put lighting. Imagine a nice lighting effect behind it. You can see that it actually has translucency.
Yeah, it does depend on where you put it, and you can actually put lights behind it.
This is another example of one of Dyan's artworks, which again
I
with
call
the
it
cells.
coffee, that one.
It is, and it's actually right by our coffee machine because it's got the whole
'Cause it looks like
percolating,
coffee.
bubbling coffee sort of colour and effect. But isn't it beautiful, and the gloss
When
effect
you look at
of
it,
all
it makes
that?
you go, oh, coffee.
Coffee. You always want coffee.
Now that one, the coffee one, that is acrylic pour painting with, you know, naturally as you could see, the white with the brown. My whole intention was for it to look like coffee for the kitchen that I had when I made it, where I was living. So when I made it, coffee was on my brain. That's what it was meant to look like.
When
And
is
it was
coffee not on
acrylic
your brain?
pour painting,
Mhm.
2 colours. Those cells pop up because of isopropyl alcohol.
What's it called?
Isopropyl alcohol.
The
So
isopropyl alcohol.
Correct. Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Isocol. The rubbing alcohol.
alcohol. is another word.
Isopropyl alcohol.
Okay.
It
Rubbing alcohol. So if you know of acrylic pour painting, look up on YouTube on how to give it a go. It's so much fun. But anyway, when my pieces turn out nice,
Mm-hmm.
I
Keep them and don't want to get rid of them.
no, I've had to get rid of them when we've moved. Actually,
know.
a lot of them are gone.
Yeah.
But you keep the good ones and you use your resin to go over it like it's a varnish, and it gives you that glass effect,
Mhm.
and it protects the painting, and it means that the person that does receive it, that it lasts forever, basically.
Absolutely.
It'll be a forever thing. But yeah, I can, you know, there's so many pieces that I've got stored away, so many pieces that I can make on
Mhm.
canvas, and lots of these. I'm actually worried that it's going to be hard to pick the 20 because I'm going to do so much.
You know what? There is no
probably.
limitations because we can put a lot of stuff in there. There'll be
Save it for
focus
the
areas.
next one if there's, you know.
there's
So
so
yeah,
much to do.
it's not going to be hard for me. The only thing is just my neurology needs to be sharp.
Correct.
There's going to be days where I can't, but that's okay. My time frame is great. It's been extended, thank goodness.
Yes, you got a little bit more time to do.
I've got until the 1st of April.
Yeah. Look, it's good to have a deadline to work towards.
Yeah, because like I said, if I've had a seizure,
neurologically it can
on that
change
day
your
I'm
ability.
very fuzzy, and the next day I'm fuzzy, and if it's a bad seizure, it could be days
And if you,
that
thought
I'm fuzzy.
if you thought her apraxia was bad beforehand, her balance, her coordination, fine motor skills, throwing things around, it goes everywhere. Add a touch of Tourette's on the side and it comes a fun exercise, doesn't it?
Tourette's, when I do art, is funny actually,
Yeah. It does.
It frustrates me because it's like I can't do what I need to do with my hands because my hands aren't in my control.
Yeah, talking about coffee and hands and not in control, with 22q11.2 deletion syndrome, and this is also based on the medical research, it's not me making it up by the way, we should really...
Sorry?
We
no,
should,
you make, why would I say
not
you're
me
making
it
up?
Well, you probably will for the next part. Coffee should really be cut out of the diet for the... and cola.
Alright,
okay.
I've had enough now. Divorce.
I love it. It's so hard
Divorce
to work on the whole diet and nutrition component because, look, certain aspects, we keep it to a minimum.
Look it up, divorcecourt.com.
.com, is there one? .com.au for Australia, man.
Hang on, let's pretend
So,
this is a mobile.
We keep it down to a very minimum. She has one coffee a day. The more coffee that she does have, it affects a range of different aspects for her. Not only the ADHD,
because he's taking away my coffee.
Affects her health.
I need help.
Affects her neurology,
SOS
creates more
someone,
jitteries and tremors. That's the problems with things like colas. So we minimise, and it certainly affects...
I used to drink a lot of
your
Coke.
dystonia.
Do you know what my favourite drink has been?
What has it been?
That I've had to give up.
Yeah, sacrifices of age.
That I had since the day we moved out when I was 18.
Yeah.
And I used to have my Coke with ice, and it was like the thing. It was the
thing.
bomb. It was I carried that thing around me like it was a dummy.
Yeah.
Okay, if someone
That's
took
a
it
fire.
away, it was like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Give it back. I had to have Coke and
Yeah.
ice nearby.
Yeah.
At least even in the fridge and freezer.
To know that you haven't.
And for years and years, I lived on it. Everywhere I went, I had my bottle of Coke.
Yeah.
Everywhere I went.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
We've had to
And
wean
it's
you off a
gone.
lot of that, haven't we?
It's gone.
Yeah.
You're not taking this away. This
Yeah.
is my one coffee.
One a day.
So I don't get my... So I have to choose now, do I? Do I have my hot coffee or iced coffee? I can't have both.
No, you should. Well, look, there's some
Do
days
you
we
want to
give you
get
an extra
decaf?
treat.
But even decaf
No,
has,
still has effects and
but
problems.
it has less.
It has less, but still, look, what, one a day is even too much in some
How are you
regards.
going to wake me up? I'm going to be like,
I'm gonna slap you around and say, wake up, girl.
Oh, what's that? And I tell you what, when you're half asleep, guys, and you have a disability with neurological stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I could like break down the place to the point where someone's going to think that I've been robbed. Because I will just fall over,
so
bump into
clumsy,
things,
ataxia,
wipe things
apraxia,
off a whole shelf.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not safe. I'm a fool's risk.
Yes, you are. So look, we do keep that down, but I thought we'll
I
point
need to
that
be
out
awake.
for those sometimes who want little tips. We do have to be mindful of cola for drinks and obviously coffee or caffeine, and keep it to a minimum and create
Love
a
it
balance.
when I get my treat though, like
I know.
say if he goes to takeaway, if we're busy on the road and he grabs some lunch, right? I'm like, Diet Coke and ice, please. Actually, and by the way, Americans, don't listen to that girl on TikTok that tells all these things about us in Australia don't like ice in our drink because you worked at one of the fast food places.
Right.
Let me just say something. I'm not picking on this girl at all, but I'm wanting to correct a fact because
Right, an Australian fact. Us Aussies.
I'm autistic and I just get frustrated with incorrect information because you guys in America need to know how we have our drinks. We love ice in our drinks. We are a hot country.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't mean like we are
The bee's knees.
the shape of the country so hot. I don't know what.
You're talking about the temperature. Okay, it's warm out
It's
there.
a very hot. Most of Australia is very, very hot.
Except for the
okay?
cold parts. Yep.
Except for the people
Like
down
Tasmania,
south. The people
but
down
that's
south
okay.
are a special breed.
By themselves, yeah. That's why Tasmania left the rest of Australia. They
Like,
floated away.
the ones that go and live there,
Yeah.
they are different.
Yeah.
The ones that are born there,
Yeah.
they're a little different. Okay.
Okay.
But basically, we do like ice. The reason we say no
Mm.
particularly to a franchise that starts with an M.
Mm-hmm. The golden
They give
arches.
you so much ice. It's like, oh, I should have ordered, hey, I would like some ice with a dash of Coke.
Yes, give me my product that I want to have to
Yeah,
drink.
the reason we do it is because they put too much ice.
Correct.
And it gets to
It's
the
a
point where
cost-saving
you...
exercise by head office.
And you can hear the ice, it's right at the top still.
Yeah.
But you're still thirsty and you're like, I didn't get any Coke. There was barely any Coke. So that's why we do it.
Yep. Or
But if they did it in a better method,
but it's a method for
a
marketing
touch
to
of
force
ice,
you to
enough.
upsize to get a bigger drink, to think that you need more
It
drink,
does.
or come back and get a
but
second
they
drink.
still do the ice thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Hold the ice, please.
But anyway, that's why they do it, guys. They don't actually not like the ice. It's just that a lot of these, and it's more than just that one I mentioned.
Yep.
A lot do it.
Absolutely. Well, guys, look, I hope you've enjoyed today's little morning get
And
ready
tell
with
me
me
what
episode.
you think of this, please.
What do you
because
think of Dyan's
I made it,
artwork?
so I'm not able to critique it. I like critiques. I'm open
Coaster
to critiques.
set and stand, all made with resin art with Indian
because
inks.
I'm always up for, feedback, because then it helps me to go, oh, okay, this is what other people like, because I can make things that I like,
That's right.
but I need to be
And
able
we
to
all
make things
have
other
unique
people like.
ideas of things that we all individually like.
Yeah.
Well, I think Diane's done very well. Give her a big thumbs up. If you have comments, questions, ideas, and
Thanks,
suggestions,
guys.
leave them below. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We will see you in another episode real soon. Have a great weekend. We're going to Bunnings and we're doing some art, so we've got some activities to do.
Some things to
And she
do.
needs to rest up as well. But we'll see you
Apparently.
in another episode real soon. Bye!
Bye.